West Vancouver Realtor says tech boom in Vancouver could boost real estate. Okay, guys, you know we've debunked this many, many times. We've been following the tech boom in San Francisco and the big one in Seattle just recently on the channel here. And you know how I've debunked that. A lot of it had to do with foreign investing. The second Seattle found itself in trouble was when Vancouver put a foreign buyer's tax on their properties, and a bunch of people went south to Seattle, King County, and a lot of people went east to Toronto. Look what happened in Toronto, and look what happened in Seattle. So the whole King County or Seattle area were blaming tech workers for the longest time for boosting up the price of properties. But when 1 in 3 properties are completely empty and owned by foreign investing, that's not the case. And I debunked it by reading, 2-3 articles in a row where 5, 6, 7, 8 tech workers living in 1 2-bedroom apartment making apparently great wages. In Seattle, Washington State, they do make more because they get taxed less. In Canada, I don't think that will fly. So let's take a look here. West Vancouver Realtor says tech boom in Vancouver could boost real estate, and that's not going to happen. Influx of tech companies and higher paying jobs could bolster the real estate market, according to West Vancouver Realtor. The press release originally distributed by Wire Release, and it says, who specializes in West Vancouver market, heartened by the tech boom that's taking place. The influx of companies of highly paid tech professionals is posing to bring stability and growth to the housing market of Vancouver. With a lower Canadian dollar, deep talent pool, and favorable immigration policies, Vancouver has caught the eye of technology giants. Most notably, Microsoft established a multi-floor office with an employee base of 750 people in metropolitan Vancouver back in 2016. So this is when things were going nuts already. You know what I'm saying? So it goes on to say, Vancouver continues to be rated one of the greatest cities in the world to live, work, and play. Well, you could see my video on the top 10 reasons why I left Vancouver on my channel. Top 10 reasons why I left Vancouver. Renowned for its excellent standard of living, Vancouver is not just a city of commerce. It's a beautiful residential community with all the amenities of luxury living. Anyways, when I live in Florida, I would go down to just streets, like different streets in the area. I'd go down to where houses were on average 225, 4-bedroom homes with pools and with gated communities and stuff, and they started at 225, and that was, in my opinion, super luxury in comparison to some of the $800,000 home areas in Vancouver, in my opinion, from what I saw with my own eyes. It's no bang for the buck up there. In my opinion, it's too expensive. So here it is here. So I'm going to go back to here, guys. Right here. There's another article. According to real estate site rentals.ca, Toronto is the most expensive city in Canada, where the average 1-bedroom is $2,304 monthly. The West Ottawa suburb of Canada is the most expensive 2-bedroom rental in Canada for about $3,000 a month. The average 1-bedroom in Vancouver is $1,973. That's not the average. That's what the city deems as affordable renting. That for affordable living in Vancouver, I've covered this again on the channel several times with these massive articles that were out, that Vancouver deems a 1-bedroom condo $1,973 for affordable living. Now, the reason why they do that, the city deems that for affordable living, so that people could get into the affordable living apartments that are doctors, lawyers, people that work for the city and stuff that can't afford to live in the city. They deem if you have an income of $108,000 a year, then you are considered low income. Then you could apply to live in low income housing. I know it sounds crazy if you're living in Sarasota, Florida, and you're hearing this, or if you're living in Charleston, South Carolina. If you're hearing this, you're probably like, what the hell? Yeah, it's considered low income. So, according to the government, because he wants to keep the government public service workers from moving away. And the only way to keep them is to deem affordable housing at about $108,000 a year. So, this is a very interesting. You're going to see a lot of tech workers, instead of having 2, 3, 4 to a 1-bedroom condo, you'll have 7, 8, 9 to a 1-bedroom condo. A friend downtown in the area was just telling me, Instead of 5, 6, 7 people to a house, it's like 9, 10, 11 people to a house. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd like to know, is this going to happen? Is this tech boom headed to Vancouver? And is it going to stabilize the price of condos and housing there? Let me know. Comment below.